Hello, hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. Let's see, just trying to get things queued up. Look, it's me all alone tonight. Well, hopefully we'll get Rob on here after happy hour, but we'll kind of wait and see how it goes. Hello, Anna. Hi, Mary. Yeah, it's just been like a busy couple of months for all of us. And so I know, why am I so lonely? You want to hop on with me, Anna? I can send you the link. You could come hang out with me. Hey, Mary. Yeah, so Murph started a new job. So he's just kind of in the thick of it with that. And he's doing a vow renewal. So it's just been kind of like busy with that. Okay, I'm going to send it to you. Hold on. And then Rob had kind of a last minute family thing. So he might still come on. But I'm not sure yet. Okay, hold on. Let's multitask here. We're gonna do. But I'm really excited because tonight we're gonna have Lindsie on. And so I know I at least won't be lonely. And maybe Anna will just co-host with me and we'll just like make this work. Okay, Anna, I'm texting you with the link to join. All right, we'll get her on. How's it going, guys? So yeah, for happy half hour, please don't leave me stranded and lonely here. Let me know what your non-scale victories are. I would love to hear them and celebrate with you. Yeah, girls' night. Let's just do a girls' takeover. Let's do it. You know what? And even if Rob does show up, I'm just gonna kick him out. I have your guys' approval on that, right? And by you guys, I mean Mary. Mary, you approve, right? We'll make it fun. We'll just roll with it, do something a little different. Here's the banana herself. Hold on, I'll let her get settled first. Don't worry, girl, I got you.
Really like going grocery shopping right now.
That's perfect. Where at which store are you at?
It's called ShopRite.
Ooh, are you about to shop right now?
Shopping right now.
Okay, yeah, can you unlock your phone so it goes the right way? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Oh shoot, yeah.
You know what I'm
That's what I was
saying. She's
trying.
got it.
Yeah, I was trying to do rotate. Is that working? Is it
Yes,
working
yes,
now? Okay, there
yes.
it is.
Look, this is a fun turn of events. I was like, man, I'm just going to be on here all by myself. I'm so boring when it's just me. But then, of course, and a banana to save the night. I love it. Are you're practicing to be a professional vlogger? I feel like
Oh, the
this is
audio's
like
going in and out.
I feel like this is like you're like our journalist on the floor at the grocery store to tell us what the latest news is.
Reporting
And
live.
yes, tell us what's
Look at
going
all the
on at the
Halloween
grocery store.
candy.
Ooh. Well, okay, what's your favorite Halloween candy? What would be your go-to if you had to pick?
Well, I love a good Twix.
Twix. Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What are
Twix and
you
Kit Kat through and through.
Nice. What are you grocery shopping for? Are you doing like meal planning stuff or just grabbing a few things or what?
So I just really need cottage cheese. I went to like a bunch of different places and it was sold out, and I only like the Good Culture cottage.
Oh, oh no. The cottage cheese got Anna. You guys, please send help.
Sorry, I was connecting to the Wi-Fi to see if it would make the
Oh,
audio
look,
better.
that's way better. You're clearer too.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're going for
Yeah,
cottage
so I'm here
cheese.
for cottage cheese, yes. So I only
Okay.
like the Good Culture, and it was sold out from like the two other places I went to. So
Uh-huh. So we don't know if they
hopefully.
have it yet.
No, I have a long way to go until I get to the refrigerated cheese section. So
Well, hey, that's an NSV. How long would that have taken you a few years ago compared to now?
a lot longer for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't even be looking for cottage cheese. So
There you go. NSV in and of itself.
mhm. I'd be over there buying the Twix right now.
Yeah, exactly, right? Very different than
Mhm.
cottage cheese. Well,
Absolutely.
I know that's something, as Halloween approaches, that Halloween candy can definitely be um, tough for people. But I definitely will go for some Halloween candy. But I just try to, just in moderation. You don't overdo it and don't make yourself feel sick. But a little bit here or there, I think, is okay as long as you feel like you feel good and you tolerate it. All right,
Right.
right?
There was no moderation before, that's for sure. It was like
Yeah.
the whole Halloween pail.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, do you think part of that too was just because I know for me I used to restrict and then I would binge, right? So like now that I just kind of do it in more moderation, I don't really feel that need to binge because it's like I could have it anytime really, but it's like that doesn't feel great to me to have it all the time, but I allow myself a little bit. Does that method kind of work for you too, just to do it more moderation?
Yeah, it definitely helps. I mean, I still have my days where I might have more than usual, but then the next day I'm like back on track. Where before it would just be like a downhill, slippery slope, and it would
Mhm.
take forever to recover. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. Mary said NSV being able to hop in and out of our RV as we're driving halfway across the country. Yes, girlfriend, love that. I feel free, guys. Keep putting your NSVs. I don't know if this is an NSV, but I'm just very excited because I'm gonna get to see Anna Banana in just a few weeks.
I know. I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
I know we're going to be going to bariatric retreat. If anybody else is going, I would love to see that in the comments. Let me know if you guys are going to be there. But I know Jason will be there. That's for sure. I don't know if anybody else on here is going, but I'm so excited. So you went to the last year's bariatric retreat, right?
I sure did.
Yeah, this will be my first one.
Oh, I'm glad to be there for your first one.
Yeah, you're there with me for a lot of first things I've learned.
You're right.
I'm so
Only there to
excited.
add value to it for you.
Yep. And I will be bringing a book, but like you said, it'll just be for the plane. Don't worry.
Yes, that's it for the plane because there is no time for books. We're in New Orleans, girl. Like,
Yeah,
there's no
no.
book time.
But Anna told me a crazy story when we were in Toronto when she was in New Orleans. We're going to be safe this time and not
Yeah,
get mugged.
yeah, no, just like don't walk around with only one other female friend at 4:30 a.m. and you'll be okay. If you do that, you will not be okay. So don't be
And
me.
Mel will be with us. I would be so scared to cross Mel if I was a random person looking to attack somebody. Like if Mel was there, I'm
Hmm.
scared just thinking about it. That would be very scary. So that's nice.
Yeah, but where everything is happening, like we're already in the French Quarter, so we'll be fine. I was in the warehouse district with my friend. It was like a 30-minute walk, and it was
Oh,
beautiful weather. I was like being frugal. I didn't want to pay for an Uber. I was like, it's so nice out. Let's just walk. And like that was not a good idea. So
well, it's good
as
to
long
know.
as you don't walk alone in the middle of the night, you'll be fine. But if you stay in the French Quarter and you stay in a group of people, like you'll be fine. And I think that happened to me. A guy
Yes.
tried to rob us, and I ran away. So that's basically what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So, do they have the cottage cheese?
Unfortunately, they only have good culture in the 2%. I usually get the 1%.
Oh, the
So I might just have
2%'s
to
okay. Yeah.
settle. Yeah, no, I'm just used to getting that one. There's also this brand, Friendship. They have one that says whipped. So anyone that hates cottage cheese because of the consistency, if you get the one that says whipped, it's great. So that's usually my backup, but they don't have the whipped one either. So I'm just gonna have to go with the good culture two
Could you
percent.
just
Call it a day.
could you just blend it and it would make and you whip it yourself?
Yeah, you can, but if you're lazy like me and you just want it pre-prepared, then you buy it whipped.
Got it. Just like your man. No, I'm just kidding. You want to get him pre-whipped. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you don't want to do the work yourself. You want it to
Exactly.
already be done.
Have them be done
So
for you, right? Yeah.
yeah, like house trained, like a puppy.
Yeah, exactly. Life lessons here, guys, in the grocery store with Anna. You need to do this as a segment, I think.
I think you should just invite me on when no one else is around, and I'll just be grocery shopping.
No, I'm going to invite you on when everybody else is around and then kick them off and be like, sorry, guys, Anna's here. Bye.
I'm down for that.
We're running the show now. Mary
It's
said
girls only.
that's right. Mary said we should do a haunted walking tour in the quarter. I can't remember. Did we talk about doing that?
We did. They have like ghost tours and stuff. I didn't
Yeah.
get a chance to do that last time because we had a real life haunting and my friend lost her wallet and all that.
Oh,
We ended up not doing all that other fun stuff. So I would love to do that this time for sure.
That would be fun. And it's kind of like a theme when me, you, and Mel are together. We do scary things, like the really scary haunted house that we went through.
That's very true. Rob was the scariest part.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. No, but fun story. So when we were there for the Radical Body Transformation show, what was that place called that we went to? Oh, it was Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. Yeah, Niagara Falls.
So I didn't realize Niagara Falls has like a bunch of like touristy things. Like if anybody's been to like Hollywood where they have like wax museums, stuff like that. That's how Niagara Falls is. And there was this like little kitty haunted house and we were all like, oh, let's do it. And we went with like Rob's kids and stuff. And I thought Anna had the right expectation going in of what you knew what it was going to be like, where it's just kind of, you knew it was going to be kind of rinky dink, like, Mel and I were thinking that it was going to be like not a real haunted house, but like a haunted house where people are in there and they jump out at you. And so I think it was our anticipation that scared us more than the actual haunted house itself. But my two favorite parts of that was Mel going, or what did she say? It got really dark at one point and she went, are my eyes even open? As she was walking through. She goes, are my eyes even open? And then what ended up scaring us the most was Anna went up ahead of us and then she came back around to check on us, and that's what scared us the most. Because she popped out and how the light was on her face, it was like, ah! So
yeah.
So
and then Rob did the same thing. He like purposely scared you guys.
Yeah. Mary said that there's an Anne Rice one, but it's in the Garden District. I don't know. Do you know who Rice is? Is that silly that I don't know who that is?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Ooh, is it the author Anne Rice? Maybe it's stuff in her books. Mary, give me more context on that I'm guessing she's a scary author or writes scary stories. Gothic fiction, historical fiction, and erotic literature. Okay, I don't know if this is the right person. Give me more context on that. But I think it'd be fun to do like an actual haunted tour. That would be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Oh, do you have your costume ready for the spooktacular welcome party?
No, I do not. I feel behind. Can you run me through? Like I'm going to be part of the fashion show and my thingy is business wear.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm going to do that. But what are the themes? Like we need to talk outfits and stuff of what I need to bring. So the welcome party it's Halloween themed.
It's spooktacular. So either it's costume optional. I feel like most people will just wear a Halloween costume, or you could just wear whatever you want, right? But if you want to be in theme, either like a Halloween costume or just like something spooky. Friday night is open. Some people buy the I Want More ticket. I think it's a party bus. Yeah, it's like a party bus party. So some people will be doing that. We'll just make our own plans.
And then haunted tour that night, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. There will be time for plenty of shenanigans. And then
Except for
Saturday.
reading. I won't read that night, don't worry.
Saturday's the gala,
Uh-huh.
and it's gonna
I have my
be
outfit for
themed
that.
Met Gala sneaker ball. So party on top, comfy sneakers on the bottom.
Love it.
Um, I also still need to buy all my outfits because I was in Portugal and Spain for over 2 weeks. Came back home, went to Houston, came back home. And I have a wedding this weekend, and I'm like, crap, like, I need to figure out all these outfits.
Mm-hmm.
I need to finalize my presentation for a retreat. I got to see Selma in Houston, which was great because we're presenting together, so
Oh,
we got some of that
good.
done. And then Sunday is like the farewell brunch. So yeah, so the only like themed things you need to worry about is obviously what you're wearing for the fashion show, the welcome party, and then the gala. And then all the other days you could dress up or down. And then each day there's also workouts in the morning, so definitely bring some active wear for sure.
Awesome. I'm gonna bring our shorts and shirt in case you want to match. But
Ooh,
then I don't
I
want
will
Mel to
bring
feel
mine.
left out. So I don't
Well, I
know.
could get her. I could get her a pair too.
There's
You
still
know.
time. You're right. Yeah. Or
Yeah,
we could do
Amazon.
new matching stuff for all of us.
Yeah, I have those same shorts in like three different
Oh,
colors.
perfect.
So
Just bring that with you. And
we
then
could either, yeah, we could either do the same shorts or we could just come up with a new outfit. We can discuss
why
with
don't
Mel.
you bring, yeah, we'll talk with Mel. You bring the shorts though. Maybe we'll do either the weekly chew shirts or plot holes and protein goals shirts. Do you have a preference of which one you would like?
Ooh, plot holes and protein goals just sounds dirtier. I think I
Yeah,
would like that more.
perfect. I think we should do that one of the days where we'll do matching workout shorts and we'll do plot holes and protein goals shirts.
Hmm. I'm
Perfect.
down with that.
Where are you taking us now?
Well, now I'm getting some egg whites.
Okay.
I got some. I didn't bring a cart, so hold on. I don't want to drop all this. Um, Frozen Greek yogurt.
Yum.
It's only like 120 calories, and it feels like I'm eating actual ice cream. So it's like a happy medium for me.
Nice. Beautiful. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Because while I was on vacation in Europe, I ate everything I wanted to, and I gained weight. So now I'm just trying to shed that back off. So
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
back to
normal.
tracking.
Yep.
Yeah, I told Rob, I was like, I'm not tracking. I like brought my scale and everything, thinking I would maybe sometimes track. And I'm like, I'm not whipping this out in a restaurant. No, this is too much.
No. Yeah. But also too, just traveling will just cause inflammation and things just to be off, and you probably weren't sleeping as much as you normal. I mean, you don't sleep very often anyway, but you probably
No,
even less there.
I think I actually slept more there. Honestly,
Oh,
my
okay.
in-laws came, so it wasn't as fast-paced as
That's
my
kind of nice.
vacations normally are with Hugo. Yeah, so it was nice. It wasn't as fast-paced, and we did basically like a road trip. We drove everywhere, so it wasn't as stressed as like when you're taking
Catching
public
flights or
transportation.
trains or yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, but that's why I deferred my summer shredding entry, and I didn't
Yep.
do this one in Houston because I'm like, I don't want to be stressed on vacation. I want to enjoy it, and I'll just worry
Yeah.
about that next year.
Totally. I found out some fun travel plans Dylan and I decided on for next year.
Ooh,
So he is officially an Australian citizen. I think we mentioned that before.
nice. Yes.
And because his dad is from Australia, so he was able to obtain it that way. And we are going to go to Australia next year. And I'm so excited.
Nice.
So I've never been, Dylan has been, but like it's been a really long time. So we're going to go with his dad, and I'm really excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, on that flight, you can take all the books you want. It's going to be a long one.
Yep, that it is. Yeah, I think there's a direct one from LA, and I think it's like 22 hours or something crazy.
Wow, that is
Hmm.
crazy direct. Oof.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
So it'll be a long one. So, or maybe that's it
Mhm.
total. I don't know, but
Maybe.
it's it is a long one. So yeah, definitely bringing my books and an eye mask and just gonna I don't think the longest flight I've ever been on is to London, I think. And I think that was 11 hours or 14 hours or something, maybe with,
Mm.
so that's the longest one. What's the longest flight you've been on?
I think when I went to Egypt,
Hmm.
um, and I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Egypt, yeah, was farther than Greece. I think it might have been like 12 hours direct.
Hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the longest flight I've been on.
Do you have like a routine you do with those long flights? What do you usually do?
No, I mean, nowadays you see all these people, like, they're like freshening up with face masks. Like, I never even knew that that was like an option.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll have like my toothbrush with me, but that's about it. Slap some water on my face. And even like with Egypt, like we landed, checked into our hostel, left our things there, and immediately went to a museum. Like there was no time to freshen up because we couldn't
Yeah.
like check in, we couldn't even like shower or anything. So I'm just used to like,
Just roughing it, just going.
yeah, just roughing it out until we can actually like check in and do things. But yeah, no routine for me. And normally, coming from New Jersey, like most places I've been to, the flights are like 5, 6 hours. So it's like you
Uh-huh.
don't really feel exhausted. I think Greece and Egypt were the only like super long ones. So,
Yeah. I guess, and maybe not routine, but like, what do you do on the flight, like to pass the
uh,
time? That's what I
oh,
meant more so.
got it. Okay. So I just love to watch movies. So
Mhm.
whatever free movies they have, I watch. When I was younger, I'd read a book or read a magazine, but I think the ADHD just has gotten so much worse over the couple of years that
Yeah.
I just like watch a movie and I usually just knock out and then I wake up and I'm like crap and then I have to like start the movie back to where I last remember and
Hmm.
I'll knock out again. Um, yeah, it just kind of depends on how much sleep I've gotten prior to the flight. But
Sure.
yeah, I usually just spend the whole time watching movies.
Nice. Nice. That's not a
Hmm.
bad way to do it.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah. Well, I haven't been on like a really long flight. Um, since I read more. So like I think that'll be fun just to have kind of like marathon read session. But yeah, I'll like
Hmm.
watch the movies or play games. Or actually I really like if I'm trying to feel productive, I'll go through my phone pictures and like delete or categorize them. That's something I'll do on long flight. Um Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I'll write too because I'm in the process of writing a novel, so I'll write a little bit too,
Nice.
and yeah,
This fancy author right here.
I know. I really am. I want to write more. I'm hoping that I can get my book finished by the end of winter. So that would technically be like February, March time is when I'd like to get it done. So we'll see.
Nice. That's awesome.
Well, I are you do you want to stay on or do you want me to let you go so you can continue checking out?
I mean, I'm done checking out, but I'm going to be driving, so I
Yeah,
probably cannot do that.
that
But
sounds
it's been fun so far.
yeah, well, thanks for hopping on. I appreciate you being on so I didn't have to be lonely.
Mhm. Glad to keep you company.
Yes, I'll see you in New Orleans very soon.
Bye.
Bye. See. There we go. Oh, well, that was fun. Thanks, Anna, for hopping on and being our guest star. I see our other guest hopped on. So we'll I don't know, it's like it's kind of a little funky tonight because the guys had last minute things come up. So it's gonna be just me. So sorry, Lindsay, I didn't get to message you beforehand, but it's gonna just be me and you tonight, girlfriend. But we're gonna have a good time. We're making it ladies' night, just spur of the moment. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. But let's see. Any other non-scale victories? Feel free to put them in the chat. I had a good non-scale victory too. I wanted to talk about today, and then Anna and her beauty distracted me from it. What was mine? Um, oh, it was such a good one too. I don't know. Hopefully, maybe I'll think about it. But um, if anybody else has any non-scale victories, feel free to share them. One of the things though that I was just like thinking about this week is just, and I got to talk. Oh, that's what it was. It was a non-scale victory I had was chatting with Kristen, who is a bariatric coach, and she's so sweet. And we met via TikTok, and we did a live this week, and that was definitely a non-scale victory. We just had so much fun chatting, and gosh, I just gleaned so much from her. I'm hoping that we can have her on the show at some point, but um yeah, we were just talking about like past self, future self, doing things for yourself now that like your future self will respect and value. And one of the things that I was talking about is just how, um, I'm 3.5 years post-op, and it's weird making that transition of like how I live now and like the body I'm in now, how I live now feels a lot more normal. Rather than novel. And I think that's just kind of like as you make the transition from being like a newer bariatric patient to being more in that maintenance phase, it's just kind of a weird transition because how I lived before, that felt so normal of having aches and pains and, getting winded and not being comfortable in my body and feeling like I had to hide different things. Like that was normal for so long. It's pretty cool where the way that I live now in my lifestyle, what I eat, how I travel, how I do things, that just feels normal now. But I don't want to lose sight of how I used to feel pre-surgery because it's easy when you get kind of more into that normal routine. And I know just as more years go by, where this is more of the lifestyle I'm living, it's going to feel more and more normal. And it's going to be easier and easier to forget like how life used to be before surgery. And I think that is one of the reasons why we love to celebrate non-scale victories, to remember that. And I've even seen that with the guys, because Rob is almost 5 years post-op, I think. And then Murph is 3 or 4 years post-op. And it's fun because like with each year, it's almost like it becomes more distant for them and for me too. But because I'm like the newest one, I feel like it's taken a little longer for me to transition into that. But I just never want to forget like how it felt before surgery, just because it makes me so grateful for where things are right now. Looking at what I'm capable of, what I do now, like my past self wouldn't even recognize me. Like it's so wild. It's just so wild. So all of that to say, I am just very grateful, and I've just been reflecting on that this week. Let's see. VSG2222 said, my physical therapist happy with strengthen or his knee strength for knee replacement. Yes, I know you're getting ready for your knee replacement. That's super, super awesome. Well, since I am left to my own devices tonight and for this week, I am deciding that we're not going to do sexy time music. I know that's everybody's favorite part. But I just kind of want to get rolling with Lindsie because I see her here and I want to talk with her. And I'm not going to do an opening. I'm not going to do sexy time music. I really just want to chat with her and hang out. And I don't want to be lonely anymore. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and transition over. If you guys do still have non-scale victories, feel free to leave them in the comments and we can still celebrate them and have a good time. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring Lindsie on.
Hi.
Hello. How's it going?
Good.
Good. I'm sorry for the last minute change of plans and things just got a little nutty leading up. And
I'm so
sorry you're
insulted
just
that
stuck
they're
with
not
me.
here.
I know you should be.
Like, oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. I know it was family stuff, and then it kind of all happened a bit last minute. So I was like, I didn't want to cancel because like I still wanted to hear your story and talk with you. And I've been really looking forward to this episode. So I'm like, I don't want to to end
Yeah, I'm
it. So
excited. I'm
we'll just
excited.
have you come back on when they can be on too. But
Well, they'll just have to watch later or something.
that's right. That's right. But this is so fun because I know we've like interacted a lot in different groups and stuff, but this is the first time we're talking in person, and it's just so
Yeah.
nice to meet you face to face.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. Do you mind kind of just sharing, just for people that maybe don't know you, just a little bit about your story and kind of where you're at in your journey? And
Yeah.
we'll kind of go from there.
So, I mean, I've dealt with weight issues my whole life. Well, since I was about 6 or 7, my mom got sick.
Mhm.
She passed away. So food became kind of my comfort, my friend, my everything. Made me feel good.
Mhm.
And it was a constant battle. And my dad remarried. And there was alcoholism at home. It was just real bad situation. And I continued to use food for
Mhm.
my support system. I moved in with my grandmother in my late teens, and she was just not a nice woman.
Oh, I'm
she
sorry.
was she was very generous, but she was everything came with strings. And she constantly was on me about my weight. It's kind of a theme throughout my life. But she was just constant. And, you'd find somebody to marry if you would lose some weight. You would do this if you'd lose some. I mean, just everything was all because weight. So she paid for me to have gastric bypass in 2012, 2013.
Mhm.
I lost about 120 pounds. And I think I was like 380 when I had the surgery. And so I lost
Mhm.
down to 250, 260. And I was listening to you talk about how, your new normal and
Mhm.
experience of things in your body. And I had a little bit of that, I think, but I met a guy and started dating, and he was very controlling.
Mm.
He wasn't, I mean, at first it was really good. And then by the time I had fallen for him, it was too late. I mean, it wasn't too late, but it felt, I was kind of
Sure.
invested. But he had no sense of adventure at all.
Mm.
So everything I wanted to do and experience in my smaller self, I didn't allow myself to do that because he
Oh.
wouldn't approve.
Mhm.
Um, so I started using food again, very quickly fell back into my old habits. Depressed, I stayed with him for about 3 years and then finally got out of that. I dated, kind of on and off, had some doozies in there. That's kind of a whole nother story.
Yeah, yeah.
Met my husband in 2019.
Mhm.
He was fantastic, is fantastic. And he has the same kind of sense of adventure that I have. So I
That's
was
awesome.
still, and had gained most of the weight back, probably actually right at all the weight back. I was back up
Mhm.
in the upper 300s. But I did as much as I could with him. Started shooting bow and arrows, started, just being a lot more active.
Mhm.
And then in 2020, I got sick with COVID.
Mhm.
And I ended up on oxygen for about a year. Got super depressed again.
Mm.
And started drinking as well. So I was food
Mhm.
and drink. So I very quickly, I got up to 435 pounds.
Mhm.
And I couldn't walk from the living room to the bathroom without feeling like I was
Yeah.
going to die.
Mhm.
Um, and that, I kind of lived like that for, say that was 2020 for 5 years.
Mhm.
My
Mhm.
husband, bless his heart, he loved me through it. He adjusted. We kind of stopped doing anything outside of the
Mhm.
house. It was just, I got social anxiety. It was just everything compounded, and
Mhm.
it was just very, very unhealthy. And I started watching 1,000-Pound Best Friends TV show.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where I found Dr. Connie.
Oh, good.
And then my surgeon and I had in counseling, I was like, I want to lose so much weight. I want to get back to a healthy weight. But I just don't know if I can do it on my own. At this age and this, I'm in my 40s and everything slows down then anyway.
Sure.
So my counselor, Dr. Connie, recommended the duodenal switch revision surgery. And it was kind of a whirlwind from there. It's like I hung up the phone with her and contacted the doctor. And within, I think, 2 months, I was scheduled for surgery.
Wow.
So I know a lot of people have a lot of insurance stuff that go through. And I was very thankful I didn't have any of that. I mean, I had to do a few things, but I got into every specialist I needed to see within days.
That's awesome. Did it feel kind of like, okay, this is what's supposed to happen?
Yes,
because it just fell into
I was like,
place.
okay.
Yeah.
And I prayed and I was like, okay, if insurance doesn't cover it, or if something goes wrong, I mean, like something's going to happen to deter this. Nothing went wrong. Until I had surgery.
Oh no.
So, I went in on April 4th and, I had the surgery.
That was this year, right?
This year.
Yeah.
Yes, just 5 months out. And everything seemed to go well. That was Friday when I had the surgery. Saturday, I tried to get up and walk. Of course, they're pushing walk. And I was like, I could barely walk before I came in here. What are y'all expecting me to do? I have arthritis in my ankle too. So that was, it was just I was like, y'all are asking too much. But I knew I needed to move to get, they kept the gas pains. Well, Saturday evening, the pain was so bad, like I could not get in a comfortable position. I was crying.
And you were still in the hospital at this point?
I was still in the hospital. I was supposed to go home on Sunday. So this was Saturday night. And I asked my husband, I was like, I need you to pray for me. Something's not right. And they kept saying, walk it off. It's gas. It's gas. So I got up to walk it off and started leaking all over the floor. Didn't know what it was. I was like, something's wrong. So they called the on-call surgeon, and they didn't seem too concerned. So it was like, okay, whatever. I'm laying here dying. I'm sweating, but I'm freezing. It was awful. It was so bad. My surgeon, luckily, I think he was on vacation that week, but checked my labs before he left and he saw that it was my white blood cell count, I guess, was super high. So he came in and he took one look at the drains and he was like, oh, yeah, we're going back to surgery.
Oh my gosh.
So I had a bowel leak. So he gave me 2 doses of pain medicine. And, I told my husband, I was like, let everybody know. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I honestly, I was afraid I was going to die. And I went back, I had the surgery and I woke up in the elevator and I looked at the nurse. I said, I'm scared to death. I'm so scared. She's like, why? I said, because I have to have surgery again. She said, honey, you're done.
Oh, you're like, thank goodness. But I bet that would just be so disorienting though, because it's like you have it the first time, you're prepared for that. Then you're in pain and you don't know what's going on. And then it sounds like it was more of like a sudden call, of like, no, we got to get you in right now. I could see that being very disorienting.
It was so bad. And then I spent a night in the ICU because my blood pressure bottomed out in that surgery. And it was, my poor husband had not slept at all this whole time. And so I remember I was in the room in the ICU and I'm laying in bed just trying to figure out what's going on. And there was a little room off to the side. And he went in there and laid down on whatever was in there and put a mattress over the door so nobody
Aw.
would come in, so he could get a little nap in.
Yeah.
Um, but I ended up in the hospital for a week.
Mhm.
Um, and then I came home and I couldn't eat or drink. Once I started, on the liquid diet, nothing would stay down. I was like, okay, it's just bad reflux, it's whatever. And probably about 4 or 5 weeks in, I went back and had an endoscopy,
Mhm.
and the opening to my stomach was too swollen, so they
Mm.
had to dilate it.
Oh.
So it was kind of, if something could go wrong, something it went wrong.
Yeah.
It's like,
Mhm.
okay, everything went so smooth before surgery. Like,
Yeah.
why not? What is going on?
Mhm.
Um, but it I wouldn't trade it for anything now.
So now you're 5 months out
Mhm,
and after the dilation and everything,
mhm.
like and your body like, after your body had time to heal and recover, how has it been now?
It's great.
Okay.
I have ever since. I mean, it took me a couple of months, I guess, to build up my muscles again. And I
Mhm.
couldn't step up on the curb. I couldn't get
Yeah.
out of my car, or I mean, it was almost
Mm.
impossible to walk
Mhm.
because my muscles were so weak. Um, but I kept pushing forward. And now my husband bought me a kayak.
Yes, I've
Um,
loved your pictures of
Yeah, so
that.
like 2 years ago, I was like, I wanna go kayaking so bad, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm scared to death that I won't be able to 1, it wouldn't hold me up,
Yep.
and
Mhm.
2, I'm very clumsy.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay." So I kept telling my sister because she has extras, I was like, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." And it just never worked out, so I called my husband one day, I said, "Please go get me one. Go get me a
Mhm.
kayak." And he did, and we went that weekend, and I my family went with me. I said, "Go ahead and have your phones ready because I'm sure it'll be funny."
Uh,
So my husband's like laying across the back of the kayak, holding it still so I could get on it.
uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, I did flip once.
But you made it. I mean, that's
I did.
okay. That's how you
Um,
learn.
so now we've been, I don't know, 5 or 6 times now, and it's amazing the difference just from that first time.
Yes.
Now I can get in and out without any help.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Um, I'm I still struggle some with my ankle with the arthritis in it. So
Mhm.
I want to do more
Yeah.
than I can, but
Mhm.
it's getting better slowly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of
Wow.
um I've lost a little over 100 pounds at this
Oh
point.
my gosh, congratulations. Wow,
Thank
that's
you.
amazing.
Yeah, I still have a ways to go, but and I've been kind of stalled for I guess 3 or 4 weeks now.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
but I have been a slacker on my protein shakes, and so I've got a few adjustments I need to make.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, that's so part of the process, and I remember too, it's like you and for you, like, you had the gastric bypass, so, like, you had
Mhm,
that whole experience, and but every surgery is so different, so, like,
mhm.
going from that to the is it just people pronounce it different, or is there a right way of saying is it duodenal or duodenal? I've heard it, like, both ways. I don't know.
I honestly don't know. I say
Okay. I
whatever,
don't know if it's
however
like
it comes out of my
tomato,
mouth.
tomato, but the DS, the
Yes.
duodenal switch. But I've heard that from people too that have had revision, like from the sleeve to the bypass of like going into it thinking like, "Oh, I've done this before," but it's like
Mhm,
every surgery is so different and variable,
mhm,
and as you saw, it's like, complications can come up or things that like you're not expecting, and so first of all, can we just pause and go like, "Whoa, that's amazing that you're alive and
mm,
well and like you're healing." And I know it's like really easy in that first year. And even though you did have bypass before, this is the first year with your DS. So that's what
mhm,
I'm kind of more referring to. But it's like, wow, like it's easy to get, I guess, tunnel visioned and you're like so focused in on the things that you're doing in your bariatric lifestyle and stuff. But it's like, if we could just take like a bird's eye view for a minute and go like, wow, your story is amazing and it's incredible, like all that you've gone through to get to where you're at
mhm.
right now. Like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I I drive myself crazy with it sometimes, but I know I drive my husband crazy too. It's like, you know what I did today? I stepped up on a curb and I didn't almost
Yes.
fall. Or, did you see how easy that was for me to get in and out of the car? And he's just like,
Yes.
okay. I'm like, okay, you don't get it. You've never had to deal with it.
That's why you have to come to us and tell us, in the bariatric space,
Yeah.
we get it. We'll be like, "Yes, that's such a big deal." One of my favorite non-scale victories that I heard from someone one time was like, "I was able to get into my underwear so much easier." I'm like, "Yes, girl, yes, you were." It's like things like that, that unless you go
Yes.
through it, you don't know what it's like.
Yes, absolutely. I can wipe and clean and do all kinds
Yes.
of stuff that I couldn't do
Yes.
before.
But I think those things are so important, and that's kind of what I was saying right before I brought you on is like it as you get farther in your journey and more things become normal, it's like for me, I just never want to forget those non-scale victories because it's like those are the reasons why I had surgery. Like they are for the big things, but man, also for those seemingly small things, it's like it's amazing.
Yeah. I wanna be able to walk to the mailbox without feeling like that's the biggest thing I did all day.
Yeah, you'll get there. Like
Yeah,
you are
so
well on your
I'm a lot better than I can take the trash to the end of the driveway now and bring it back,
Yes.
and, um, I still and part of it's, I think, just because I couldn't do for so long, it's like now
Mhm.
I start doing things and I'm like, "Okay, I need to take a break because 'cause I'm just not."
I know. It's like you kinda have to pace yourself,
Yeah, yeah.
like, when I was at, Mel's house a couple weekends ago and we painted her, wall, and, like, I have to remind myself of that too. It's like, "Okay, I'm not like a bionic woman now, like, I
Mhm.
do still need to take bathroom breaks and eat, and, take
Yes.
care of my human needs, even though I can stand longer or do more." It's like, it's
Mhm.
important that you'd still take care of yourself and recognize, "Oh, this is a lot. I need to rest for a little
Yeah,
bit."
yeah.
That's so cool. Well, and I know you've really been active on, like, sharing your story, and I guess that's why I didn't realize you were so that it had only been 5 months since having your revision, so that's, like, surprising to me. I didn't realize that, but, like, what made you wanna start sharing your story? Like, how did that kinda come about?
Um, I've always been like, I'm an encourager. I wanna support people.
Mhm,
I'm a fixer. Like, I wanna take care of people. And if I can inspire anybody by the hell that I've been through,
mhm,
I'm all about it.
mhm.
Um, and I know, there's people who struggle with all kind of things and not just weight, but it's just life. Life is hard.
Yeah.
So I love to laugh. I'm just, I've dealt with depression
Mhm.
but it's like I feel things really big.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, anyway, I just I like to share things that I've been through if it can help somebody else. But I've never put myself out on the internet and doing
It's
a podcast
scary.
again.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that I would do this. I
Mhm,
was talking to a friend who Robin, who was actually going to do the podcast with
mhm.
me. It was a random thought. We send each other voice messages and we joke, hey, it's a podcast.
Yeah. No, truly. Yeah.
And I said, hey, we should do a podcast. She was like, oh, yeah, let's do it. And it just kind of went from there.
Mhm.
And she and I met several times and we were going to do, um, she has not had surgery and she's never struggled as much as I have with weight.
Mhm.
But she was trying to lose some. And I was like, well, we can I'll go at it from two different perspectives was the
Yeah.
original plan. Um, and life is just busy and crazy. And she, just wasn't able to put in the time. I had no idea how much work it was to start a podcast
Yes.
and to share my story. I mean, like, oh my
It's a
gosh.
lot of work. Yeah. Yeah.
And trying to grow a social media account and doing all that. I'm like, I had no clue what I was
Mhm.
getting into. And I had messaged you back when I first had the idea, and
Mhm.
and you're like, make sure it's something that you want to. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna wing it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I found out real quick that wasn't the case.
Yeah, it's just stuff you don't even think about until you're doing
Mhm.
it, and it's like, for one, it's very, emotionally taxing to
Mhm.
share your story and to relive things and to kind of process things verbally. Even if it's stuff you've already processed and worked through, it's very
Mhm.
different when you're sharing that to a broader audience. So that in and of itself is very, like, taxing and can be difficult. But then you add on top of that all of the prep and planning that goes into
Mhm.
that. So, like, even if you are just doing it yourself, like, or you're the only person talking, you have to plan the time to do it. You have to plan the topics that you're wanting to talk about.
Mhm.
You have to edit it, which that takes a really long time. Even if you're just doing light editing on it, you have to upload it and then share it on social
Mhm.
media. And like you said, try to grow. And so it's very time intensive. And that's what me and the guys have found over, even with the three of us contributing, it's a lot, and we've had to ebb and flow and make changes, and
And for
it's
you guys to do it live, I was like, oh,
yeah, I know, I
that
know.
that's a lot. And I had several people ask me, are you going to be on video? Are you going to do this?
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all, not yet.
Yeah, but it's okay, like, you can always change as you go if you want to,
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
but my first episode of Weighing In with Lindsie dropped today.
Yay! Where can people
So
go and listen and find it?
it's on everything: Apple,
Mhm.
Amazon, Spotify. Um, it's linked in my TikTok bio.
Yay!
Um, so yeah, that was I pulled it up on Amazon today and I put a little TikTok. I was like, that's me, that's mine.
Oh, I can't wait to listen to it. I need to make sure I'll go and add it to my to
Yeah.
listen
So I was
pile. I'm
like,
so excited for you.
and my husband listened to it. He was like, yeah, that was weird. And I was like, why? He,
Yeah.
he didn't know he was marrying a podcaster.
I know, I know. Well, did you, or have you listened to it fully now that it's been dropped?
I had yes.
And, what were your thoughts, or, like, what did you take away from it?
Um, it was weird. I mean, which I had listened to it a lot before I put it out there
Sure.
because I mean I had to record it 8 times before I was happy with
Oh, yeah, mhm,
um but yeah, it's definitely I lived for so long and I would not share my weight. Like my husband, we were married
mhm,
2 years I think before I even hinted at how
mhm.
much I weighed. Like I finally got to the point I was like, I mean, people can look at me and tell that I'm a fatty.
Aw,
And, I mean, like, I'm not hiding that from anybody. So just be
mhm,
honest with it. And it's been
mhm,
very actually healing for me to be open and say, this is where I started. I'm not where I want to, just kind of that whole journey.
mhm.
And, I've heard several people, you don't want to focus on the number. It's not about the number. I'm like, it's not about the number. It's about how I feel. But I want to go skydiving. I want to go zip lining. And these things do require a certain number.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have to focus a little bit on that,
Oh, totally, it's
but
part of
it's
the
still
journey.
it is. So
Mhm,
I'm trying not to focus too much on it, but yeah, putting that number that because my highest was 435, and that putting that out there, I was like, it's embarrassing, but it's after all I've been through, I'm alive,
yeah,
and
yes,
what I shared was just a tidbit of. I mean, I've been through abuse and
mhm,
I mean, all kind of stuff that,
mhm,
would just be a 10 episode podcast just talking about some of that. But,
yeah,
I finally I was like, okay, just share it. Just share it.
mhm,
It's where you are.
mhm.
Um,
Well, I think it eliminates, or it starts to chip away and eliminates that shame piece, because I know exactly what you mean, like, that's how it was for me too, like, I never wanted to share what my
mhm,
weight was because it just felt like there was so much tied to that, there was so much shame involved, but at the end of the day, it's just a number, it's not
mhm,
representative or reflective of who I am as a person, and so it's I know what you mean, and I can empathize with that feeling too of just like, who cares? Like, this is the reality, and it
Mhm.
feels nice to just be honest about it and not feeling like it's something to hide or that I have to hide. Like, it's
Yeah.
not.
And I think sharing that, like, even kayaking has been, it's been great, but it's also been, I've had to swallow a lot of pride and a lot of shame. I have a lot of, I could have had a lot of shame around it because that first time when we got out, when we had to go down a bank and back up a bank to get to the
Mhm.
vehicle, my husband and somebody else basically had to pull me back up the hill because I just wasn't.
Mhm.
I did the kayaking part,
Mhm.
but the hill part was not okay. Like
Mhm.
that was still
Well,
hard.
again, it's those things people don't realize. We got
Mhm,
paddle boardings or paddle boards this year, and
mhm.
it's like to get down to the water places where you're going, it can be a bit of a trek, and like and
Yes.
carrying that, it's like it's a lot.
Yeah, and then one time we went and like there was a real shallow part, so we couldn't paddle anymore. And my husband's like, You're not getting up because I don't want you to fall." So
Mhm.
he and one of the a friend of ours that was with us pulled me across that, and I was like, I could let this
Mhm.
make me feel bad and not ever want to go again. I can just be like, you know what, it happened.
Mhm. Mhm.
They didn't complain.
Mhm.
I, internally, they may have. I don't know. They didn't let me know it.
Yeah, yeah.
We got past it, and I got, and then we were able to finish. And I was like, I, I, I used to would have made, I would have just felt so bad and like
Mhm.
not enjoyed the rest of it at all.
Yep.
Never wanted to go
Mhm.
back again.
Mhm.
And we've gone back with that same couple again, and we went to somewhere that was deeper water, so that didn't happen again. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I think once I finally started telling where I was, it got a little easier
Mhm.
to experience each part of it,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Oh, totally. No, I love that so much, and I love that you're willing to try it anyway. Like, I think that's the biggest
Mhm,
part, right? It's like, you know what? I may not be the best at it, and there may be more that I wanna do, but, like, you did it anyway. Like,
mhm,
that's huge, and that's something that isn't associated with, like, weight or how much you've lost. That's, like, a whole, perspective shift in things, right? Like,
mhm,
that's not tied into your weight or anything having to do with it,
mhm,
and that you were willing to ask for help. And I think that's the biggest thing that a lot
mhm,
of us who have had weight loss surgery have had to kind of face head on is um, being humble enough to ask for help and receive it and
mhm,
take it for what it is. And I know that's a big lesson that I've learned of, like, it's really hard to ask for help. And but then it's like when you do, and you're asking help from safe people, right, that care
mhm,
about you, that love you, it's like, oh, this is so nice. Like, I don't have to do this alone. Like,
mhm,
why was I trying to all this time?
mhm,
Because it's so much easier when you have support and help. And and that's why I love the bariatric community and space so much, because we help each other,
mhm.
and it's a cool experience.
It is, it is. And it's, and even, like with my husband, I told him, after one of the times we did something and I got upset, I was like, I'm sorry you have to do all this. Like he's still doing a lot of the heavy lifting,
Mhm.
um, to help me do the things I want to do.
Mhm.
I'm like, it's gonna get better. He's like, I'm gonna do it until I can't.
Mhm.
How did I get so lucky?
How did he get so lucky?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Right? It's learning
We
that though
both look that.
too.
We both like
Yeah,
that.
it sounds like you guys are both really neat people, and you're lucky to have each other. It goes both ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, not to interrupt, but we do have this crazy dude who was able to make it.
Hey, Rob.
Thank you. I heard someone. I heard,
He thought
oh,
it was
really
just gonna
neat
be me,
people,
and
and
he's
I'm like,
like,
oh, cool. I know a really neat person. Let me come on, right?
"No, you thought it was gonna just be me," and then you were like, "Oh, wait, it's Lindsay? Okay,
Yeah, I
let
was
me
like,
be
hey,
right
Shay, is it
there."
just gonna be me and you today because I'm I'm feeling sick. I have a
Yeah,
cough, and
classic.
yeah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. And as is the life of a podcaster, real life sometimes happens in the form of your child getting in a fight, and now you have to address that. So
Oh,
Is he
no.
okay?
he is. It's just sort of yeah, older kids.
Oh,
And so it's just
I'm
sort
just
of
glad he's
working on
okay.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's okay for sure.
Good. Good. Yeah, well, Lindsay was just sharing her story. It's amazing. So let me see if I can recap it, Lindsay. Okay, tell me if I'm missing anything. Okay.
Mhm.
So she had gastric bypass in what year was it again?
2012,
2012.
somewhere in there.
2013. So she went through that experience and journey. Then she had some life things happen, trauma happen, and in that process, gained that weight back. And then 5 months ago, she had, you can tell us how it's properly said, Rob, if you know, duodenal switch or duodenal switch.
It's regional. It's a regional term,
Is
like
it
rough
like
and
tomato?
roof. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So she had a revision only 5 months ago. Everything leading up was great. Insurance covered, it was awesome. But then she had a lot of complications directly after, was afraid she wasn't going to make it, but spoiler alert, she did make it and she's alive and well today, but she's only 5 months out. She's lost 100 pounds in that time, is kayaking, doing all these amazing things, starting a podcast, which officially
Mhm.
dropped today, all 5 months after her revision, which is just like, and
Congratulations.
I
That's
know
awesome.
I did a very short recap, but did I get it
Yes, you got it.
in a
Right
nutshell?
on.
So we were
Wow.
just kind of talking about that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't, because Lindsay and I have talked a lot like offline and stuff, but I didn't realize that you were only 5 months after your revision. That's so wild.
Yeah, I hit the ground hard.
Yeah, you did. Well, and I think that's the biggest thing too. I was gonna say is like, don't feel like you have to get it all done right now. Like that's, I think that's, for me, it was really hard to see past my 1 year even, or even few months, like after I had my surgery. And it's like, you have time, girlfriend. Don't feel like you gotta get it all done right this second, right now. There's no timeline.
Mhm.
You got the rest of your life to do this. So don't feel like you got to do everything all at once.
That's hard though.
Oh, it's so hard.
100%. Oh my
I'm
God. Yeah.
saying it, but like, I don't always follow it.
I'm
But
like, I can experience these things now. Let me get it.
well,
Yeah.
Rob you hit hard too. That like that was definitely with your journey
Oh,
where
for
you just
sure.
started like going hard real fast.
Yeah, and I think, that's always one of my big pieces of advice for a lot of people who ask me is just go at the natural pace that your body wants to go. And obviously we hear it all the time in so many different facets of life. Trust the process. And you're like, okay, well, my process is me going really, really hard. But for me, it's now I look back and I wish I went slower. In the moment, there's no way I would have gone slower. But I also feel like me going at the rate that I did and the pace that I did was also a way for me to now be able to look back and say, okay, well, that's something I should have done, but it got me to where I am right now. I'm grateful that I did those things. And it just gives me the perspective to be able to give that piece of advice to other people, right?
Mhm.
Because um, things are a lot harder when you sort of race through it. And I think when you race through it, you also you have those blinders, right? So you don't want to see the peripherals and everything else that's going on. And it's easy, I find, for a lot of people at a year, 2 years past after you've gone through this crazy, you're at the other side of the tunnel and you're like, well, what else did I just miss? Right?
Mhm.
There's a lot of stuff that you missed, and then all of a sudden it's just like I'm in this new place, in this new body, this new person, and now I'm playing catch up to find out who am I?
Mhm.
Because it's hard, right? Because all I've known is this, is
Yes.
my goal and my focus and trying to get to the point where I need to be. Um, and it's a great journey, right? Like I think back to that first year and 2 years, and I'm like, I wish I could have, like, even now, I wish I could sit and be a fly on the wall to experience and witness how amazing those 2 years were.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm just trying to remember. I'm like, I don't remember that.
Mhm.
But it is an amazing story. All of our stories are amazing. I wish I documented. I wish I journaled more. I wish I did a lot of those other things. But yeah,
And I
we're
think
at our
that's one reason, Shay had asked why the sharing my story. And I think while part of it is I want to help others and encourage others any way I can, I want to be able to look back on it too.
Yeah.
And be like, this is because I mean, there are days I get frustrated now, and then I think, there was a time I couldn't walk across the house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I couldn't. I mean, I was, and this was when I had. Oh, you missed the COVID part, Shay.
Oh, thank you. I knew I left something out. I left a lot of things out.
So in 2020, I had COVID, and I was on oxygen for about a year, and I can remember going to a gas station, and this was, I mean, COVID was a big part of it, but what my weight contributed to the
Sure.
breathing issues. But I can remember going into a gas station and realizing the bathroom was on the opposite side of the store, and I was crying because I knew I had to walk over there.
Yeah.
And I asked my husband to drive the car to the other side of the store so I didn't have to walk back. And that was horrible. I was like, it's just a little store.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So knowing now that I can walk through the grocery store and not be winded is just incredible. So
Mhm.
I love that I have the means to share and with people who understand,
Mhm.
because people who haven't gone through it don't. They're just like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you did that. I
Big
do that every
deal.
day.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think if nobody else listens to my story, at least I can look back on it and say, this is where I was.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
And that's a great perspective to go into it with, right? Because there are a lot of people, I think, who start podcasting or start sharing their journey. And yes, I think at one point it is about, I want to share, I want to inspire, I want to motivate. But it's easy to also get caught up with, oh, well, people want to hear about my story and I want to do this and I want to do that. But I love the idea of, I'm doing this also just to document what I'm going
Mhm.
through and all the ups and downs, because that's the part that people are, especially people who are newer to it, they're wondering, right?
Mhm.
mhm.
They're not, I think a lot of people, when they're going through the process, they're not wondering, oh, how much weight am I going to lose, as much as they're, am I not going to be able to eat this again, or what else am I going to go through, and what does this feel like? And so the ups and downs, everything is great.
Yeah. And I hope, and when I first started, of course, my journey and my story is the main part of my podcast, but I also want to include other people. So I know a few people who are struggling with addiction. It's not food,
Yeah.
and them having a place to talk about and share their stories and just life and chaos. And I mean, if there's somebody that wants to talk through things or have a place to do that, I want to be that as much as I can for somebody.
Mhm.
For sure.
So I'm going to be weighing in on not just weight.
I love it. But that's what's so cool when you start sharing, or I guess what I've learned in this experience of like sharing my story publicly, like when you start sharing your story, it gives people the opportunity
Mhm.
and comfort to start sharing theirs as well, right?
Absolutely.
And it's a cool way to do it because it's really scary and vulnerable to put that stuff out there about yourself. But then when other people see that, it makes it a lot more comfortable for them to come to you and say, hey, like you shared this, like, and I went through the exact same thing. And so it's kind of been cool, or it's been really cool to see how sharing my story has actually made me more connected with people, like, and has brought in a community that I didn't know was even out there. I didn't know that I needed it, but now it's like, oh my gosh, like if I wouldn't have shared that, it would have been just maybe a different way of finding this community, but it's almost like it brought those people directly to me in a way where I didn't have to go search for them, because it was like they came into my circle and it was like, wow, I feel so lucky. Like this is so cool. So you'll find, I think, that more just as you share more, and then more people are going to just come and build a tribe around you. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I've got that kind of going to a degree, which is great. It's like, oh, there's so many people out here that that do struggle. And I know like a lot of people I found are not necessarily bariatric patients, but on the GLP-1 or, you know, whatever means. And, you know, it's everybody has a story. And not everybody feels comfortable sharing it right away.
Yeah. What part, where do you live, Lindsie? Or like roughly, you don't have to say like where exactly, but
address.
I know, can your address and social
I am
security.
in 123, none of your business. I am in Northeast Georgia.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Are you going to be going to any like bariatric events coming up?
See, I'm not in the know about any of that stuff.
Oh
yet.
my gosh. Well, we will share in the know. We have bariatric retreat is going to be in New Orleans, which is that far from where you are?
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not very good. I'm like all the way in the Pacific Northwest. So I'm like,
holy, I even know that. And I'm up in
well,
Canada.
that's closer. That's like closer. That's in your time zone. So
that's what makes it closer. We're in the
what
same
makes it
time zone.
closer.
That's it.
Yes, exactly. We're
All
totally
right.
different
Okay.
time zones.
Okay.
Well, I was just gonna say bariatric retreat is coming up in October and in New Orleans. But if that's kind of coming up quick, but the Just Be You Bariatric Awards, definitely get that on your radar. That's gonna be here in Oregon in my time zone, in my town, actually. That's going to be 2027. I was just wondering because I would love to meet you in person. So I was just wondering if you were going to be going to anything coming up here.
No, I heard you mention before I joined the bariatric retreat, and I'll definitely keep an eye out.
They have it every year. So if it,
and the Just Be You, that's every other year. Is that?
Yeah. Okay. So that'll be 2027.
Okay.
So we got time for that one.
Yeah.
But
all right.
And they're just amazing too, in terms of, you know, I guess just recognizing that your story has so much power, right? Because, you know, you go there and you're just like, oh, I'm little old Rob and I'm just going to be there and I'm
that's
just a fly on the wall.
That you think that you've had that attitude.
Yeah. I'm role playing. This is, I know that's not me.
Yeah, that was like me and Murph. And
yeah. Like, guys,
who you've been waiting for.
I'm here with my other guys. They're here somewhere. What's their names? But you know, the amount of people who listen to your podcast or follow your stories and you have no idea, because you don't have any idea of how many people your story has touched and who you motivate and inspire. And so it's really, really cool going to some of these meetups because people just know you and you're just like, wow, that's pretty awesome, right? And especially from your point of view, I'm like, I'm doing this to document it. I'm doing this to be able to look back. And guess what? Now other people are doing the same thing. It really is. And the cool thing too is as you go to subsequent ones, then it's sort of just like you can see a part of yourself in the next year and the next year. And, you know, especially for podcasts, for example, right? You know, some of the other podcasts this following year or this previous award show, you know, we had a lot of conversations with them when they first started about podcasting, and we had them on the show and we worked together to help get the awareness out for that. And they're going to do the same thing for the next group and the next group. And it's all just one chain of people in our community helping each other, which is really cool. Oh yeah. It is awesome.
It's fun too. Cause like, I know the first event so JBY 2023 was the first event that Rob, Murph, and I all met in person for the first time. Rob and Murph had met one other time. So that was wild. And then meeting everybody, it was very overwhelming, the first one, I would say, like, because it's just like, oh my gosh, this is so much going on. And there's so many new people or people that I've seen online but haven't met in person. And it was just kind of a lot to take in. And then it's cool because as you go to more events and get to see people again, it's like it becomes more of like a family reunion. So like with the last JBY that we went to, it was like, oh, it feels like kind of coming home, like, and seeing, you know, having friends, and it's fun. So I'll keep you in the loop, Lindsie, as I hear of things, you know, because that would be awesome to meet you in person one of these days. We will one of these days.
I know. I saw your pictures of I don't know. I guess a group came out to Oregon.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, I want to be part of something like that.
Yeah. No, we definitely want to do another meetup out here. We were gonna try to do one in fall, but gosh, it's just things got kind of busy. So maybe it'll be more of an annual thing where we'll do it next summer too, because we had a blast. And Rob won't be invited, but
No, it's not in my time zone, and so
yeah, so it's too far. It's too far. Well,
too
another
far.
meetup too, if you want to. We have Toronto. That's in your time zone.
Oh, there you go.
So in June, we're going to be going to Toronto for the Radical Body Transformation Show. I'm not going to compete in it this year. I'm just going to go to have some fun and read with Rob's wife, Mary. But
Yeah.
but that's another thing. If you want to just come and just hang out with us, that would be another spot. We'd love to have you.
And it's cool too, because like some of our athletes, you know, who compete at Summer Strength, like, oh, you need to come down. We do all these events. I'm like, oh, thank you. I'll just plan all these events for these random people that I've never met.
Yep.
But it's cool because
Rob's
like,
our tour guide.
Yeah, I'm like, this is Toronto. This is where our time zone is. But it's cool because now everyone, like, our communities just grow more and more as a result of that, and the connections you make is just really, really cool.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, more in terms of the podcast. So, you know, you've been part of this community. So actually 2 questions. One, is there a specific topic you really, really look forward to discussing with people? And 2, do you have someone specifically that you are just like, this is my goal person to get on the podcast?
Ooh, those are good questions.
I know.
You're a really good podcaster, Rob.
I've done this, you know.
You're a good interviewer.
You know.
I honestly don't know that I have a real good answer for either of those questions.
That's okay.
When I first started, and I can't remember the name of the first name that I had in mind, and my brother was like, Eminem has a song that would go along with whatever the name was. And he was like, that would be so cool if you could get Eminem on your podcast one day. And I was like, that would be awesome.
Yes.
That's really big dreaming.
That's good. Hey, we are trying to get Kelly Clarkson for 2 years.
She's on our list. Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
She doesn't return our calls. Yeah.
I know she blocked us a while ago, but we're still trying. Or
I saw that she read it and she just blocked.
She left you on red. That's how
say
it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that would be a very lofty dream, is to have Eminem and his talk, his struggles with addiction.
That'd be cool though. I just watched 8 Mile for the first time, by the way.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
I was actually sorry, this is total squirrel, but I was really disappointed because I thought the main song that's part of it was going to be at the end of the movie, and it is not. And so it like ended. I'm like, he didn't perform like the song until it's like, no, it was like a prequel of like what led him to do that song.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish I would have known that, because I was like waiting for the song. I thought it was gonna be at the rap battle that he was gonna do the what song I'm talking, like the main song, and they kind of like gave hints of it. I'm like, ooh, it's coming, and then it just like didn't happen, and I'm like, no,
like womp womp.
I was so sad. So anyway, Eminem would be cool. And if he could perform the song on your podcast, that would be even cooler.
That would be amazing. That would be so cool. So I'm putting that out there. Eminem, if you ever hear this,
you're welcome.
It's really cool too, because he's a regular viewer of our podcast.
Yeah, so he'll probably hear.
100%.
And Eminem, if you're listening, if you know Kelly Clarkson, if you
can you please connect
her, that would be awesome, because I know they're probably really good friends. So
for sure, they speak that Hollywood talk, right? So. And topic wise, anything like you really, really want to discuss, or even something that you want to like,
he's
a message
just hoping
he's
hoping that you'll say, I really want to talk about what it's like to wear Speedos, sparkly Speedos.
What I do.
Because then Rob's going to be like, well, if you need
I know a guy. I know a guy. Sort of like Eminem,
you into that.
but
sparklier.
Songs, I can steer clear of those topics, I think.
Rob's like, wah, wah, wah.
All right. How do I log off this podcast?
I think, the kind of it's more of a series, but addiction and the mental health aspect of things.
Yeah.
Addiction is it's hard no matter what it is. And I feel like food addiction is one of the hardest because you have to have it to live. You can't just cold turkey it or, just say, I'm not ever going to have, like you can theoretically say, I'm never going to have a drink again. It's not that easy, but food is, you can't do that.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think addiction and just that whole food and any other addiction, I think that's, something that I want to address and talk about. And again, just the mental aspect of it, because that's one thing I didn't deal with when I'd had the first surgery, and I thought I was dealing with it. I dealt with it, the first few months, and then I got smaller and decided to date, and it just, well, my mental health doesn't matter anymore. And I think, and they preach it and preach it and preach it in your surgery stuff, but it's so hard to follow up with. It's not as hard now. When I had surgery before, there wasn't all the online and the
structure wasn't there
for an hour to get to a support group, and now it's so much easier to do. But I went into my second one. I was like, it's not going to happen to me. I'm not going to have any complications. I've got the mental part under control. And then as soon as life hits, that little part of your brain says, no, I won't comfort food again. So those are the two. I guess it's kind of one and the same, the mental and addiction together. But I want to do it all with a lightheartedness, though, because I don't like being too heavy and too deep.
But that's cool. That's why I love humor so much, and why we try to make our show, have humor in it, even though we talk about topics. Unless Rob's on, then it's really hard because he's not very funny.
Correct.
But but when he is here, no. But we try to do that because it's like humor is what allows you to talk about those really challenging topics, but it makes it more palatable, right? And so you can talk about addiction or, mental health struggles. And I think bringing levity to it makes it a bit easier to digest, It's a spoonful of sugar that makes the medicine go down kind of thing,
Yeah. And it's funny. My sister, I had sent her my podcast before it went live, just so she could listen to it and give me feedback. And I'd sent it to her. I was like, have you listened yet? And she's like, no, she's got a 6-year-old. And I was like, it's kid friendly. I didn't cuss. And she was like, did you talk about us growing up? Because that shit ain't kid friendly. And I was like, I did it in a very, like, I didn't get real deep.
Yeah.
I mean, I mentioned some hard things, but it's like, you can listen to it with Betty. It's fine.
Yeah. It'll be okay.
I was like, I tried to keep it lighthearted. I promise.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of my tagline is health, humor, and chaos. So
I love it. I'm so excited just to like continue to watch your journey. And I'm so excited that you're doing it earlier on, because that's something I've said many times. I wish more people would document their story before surgery or early on, because it's like, it'll be so fun for you to look back on, and you're going to help so many people in the process. Cause that's something too that, like, as I get farther out from surgery, I don't relate to people in the same way who are brand new like I once did. And I was kind of thinking about that more this week also, where it's kind of sad when you start to lose that. It's like, I'm grateful because that means that like this life that I'm living now is more normal and one that I relate to more. But there's tons of people who are in the same position that I was 3.5 years ago, that I still can relate to, but it's just different because it's
harder.
It is. Yeah. And I didn't think about that. And so I don't know. It's cool that you're getting to do that earlier.
Yeah. I wish I had done a little bit more before I had the surgery. Like it's hard for me to find pictures.
Yeah.
To like do like transformation. Here's before and here's after. I have a handful of them. Like, man, I wish I had done some more so I could have really a better, so I'm trying now to, actually document and get a picture and be like, okay, you can get in front of the camera. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like I got a vibration plate
Oh, cool.
And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to just put this out there. So I got on it and I had set my tripod up. I was like, to put my full body picture out for the world to see is not something I would have done 6 months ago. And so now I'm like, okay, well, I can't really compare visually. And I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm trying to be a lot more just okay with every step of the process.
Yes.
Not just where I'm going, but where I'm at now.
Yeah. I talked with somebody this week and she showed me this picture and she has it framed and it's a picture of her, but like old looking, like like how you could do those.
Oh yeah.
And I think in this journey, I've thought a lot about my past self. But she's like, I have this picture of me and I'm old. And I think a lot, I look at her a lot and I go, what am I going to do today to help set her up, for the future? And I was like, whoa, like I just had not thought about that before. And I think I want to do that too, because I think about my past self a lot. But when you think about like that past self wasn't thinking about me today and didn't have that in mind, but I wish she had been. So like I should be doing that for my person, like for my future self. And that's what it makes me think of though when you're talking about pictures and stuff. So I'll show you guys when I get my old lady Shea what she looks like, because I'm excited.
I think, yeah, that's a really, really neat thought though.
Deep.
Hashtag deep thought, or is that what it is? Deep thoughts?
Yep.
Shower thoughts. That's what I was thinking.
Shower thoughts?
Yeah. Have you heard that?
Bro, is this a West Coast thing? Is that
it's like the thoughts, what you think about. Now you're making this sound dirty. I don't mean it dirty. It's like, that's like when you get like your best ideas and like insights on life is like when you're taking a shower. It's like shower thoughts. You have
a clean slate to work with.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Maybe it is a West Coast thing. Maybe it's not in your guys' time zone, so I don't think it would.
Now that you've explained it, I understand. Like I've heard other people say that too.
I think it's like a Reddit
Lindsie, you
thing.
don't need to lie. It's okay, right?
It's girls' night. Rob, you missed it. You were actually replaced over happy hour.
By who?
I'll give you one guess. If you guess right,
then
that'll be funny. Then I'll be nice to you the rest of the episode.
Okay. It could have been. Can I get 3 guesses?
Okay, you can do 3 guesses.
All right. One is
she. Oh no, I'm
no.
Gonna
continue.
Help you too much.
Continue. No, continue speaking.
This person has replaced you before in other aspects.
Friggin' Anna. It was Anna?
Yeah. She was at the grocery store getting cottage cheese, and she's
always at the grocery store. I'm just like, dude.
She said she went to multiple grocery stores because she couldn't find the cottage cheese she liked.
Yeah,
that's one thing I have just not been able to get myself to like yet.
Yeah, I hide it in things. I wouldn't just go and like eat it. I hide it in stuff though, like in egg bites and. Well, you do cottage cheese, Rob, don't you? Oh, he froze. He's thinking about cottage cheese. Look at him. He's like daydreaming. He's like, oh, cottage cheese.
I was just like, I glitched a little bit at the thought of cottage cheese.
No, but you looked like you were like dreaming of it. You're like,
I am all the time.
Wait, I can't. Are you a cottage cheese lover or hater? I can't remember. No, Murph is the lover.
Yeah, I'll eat cottage cheese. I just haven't in a long time. I've been doing Greek yogurt a lot more, but I like cottage cheese too.
Okay. Yeah, I try blending it like and hiding it in things, but I wouldn't like Murph. He was saying he like will just eat fruit on it. Yeah, he's like, I eat cottage cheese with everything. I'm like, all right.
I'll eat I'll put walnuts and no sugar added blueberry jam. And that'll give you a nice boost of your protein, slow release protein because it's casein based. And then you get some carbs, you get some good fats, get some fiber in there, and again, like I'm all about finding things that make you think you're eating dessert. So that's why I do the Ninja Creamy every day.
Oh, that sounds so weird. His Ninja Creamy.
Hey, not the first time I heard that.
Oh my gosh, stop. We have a guest. Don't be rude.
I'm sorry. You're right.
She doesn't know us well yet.
Yeah, that's not appropriate.
No, but your Jamocha almond fudge creation, that was so good.
But you guys like the strawberry banana one. Who was it? Dylan who really liked it? The
No,
strawberry banana?
maybe he did. I liked that one too, but the Jamocha almond fudge one, that
Yeah,
one was
I
so
like that one.
good.
All right.
And again, now I do everything with Fiber One because yes, the carbs are high, but it's because you need fiber, right? That's my other tip for people going through their bariatric surgery journey. Get your fiber and water in. Like I know everyone's like, oh, protein, water. Yes, 100% it's important, but fiber and water for digestive health is huge. And we already struggle enough with our digestive health post-op. So that's my
Yeah.
big thing.
Look, Dom just got on. Hi, Dom. We're
Hey,
talking about
Dom.
fiber.
Talking about the
knew.
good stuff.
I know he knew. He's like, okay, I'm here.
Well, I think it's time to talk about fiber.
I know we're getting Rob off on a tangent now. That's never a good thing.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, where can people find you, Lindsie, with your journey? If they want to come follow you and listen to your podcast, can you give us a plug so people can go listen and find you?
Weighing in with Lindsie. It's Lindsie. And I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and all major podcast platforms.
Look, you already got it. You already sound pro.
So good.
Whoa.
I practiced a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
like in front of the mirror.
I'm not going to tell all my secrets.
You should try it.
come
It's
on.
good. It's good. You should try it. It's
That's
really
where
good.
Rob spends a lot of his days.
I don't even practice. I just stand and look in the mirror. I'm not
Just-
saying anything.
You get your cottage cheese face on.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Just with a smile.
Yep.
Horrible.
Oh. Well, if you ever need guests or
Mhm.
recommendations, we've had quite a few guests on. So if you need some cool people, let us know. And you always know to reach out if you have any questions or about anything, but especially podcast stuff too. Always reach out to us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Are you
Awesome.
going to
Thank you.
lead us out, Robert?
No, I would like you to actually because
No,
you
I
such
did
a
all
good
the
job.
other. No,
Okay.
I didn't even do sexy time music. I got clammed
Whoa.
up. And, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know.
So we
I
need
left
something
you
to
out
kind
there.
of close it out.
All right. Well, again, Lindsie, thank you so much for sharing your story. I am super excited to check out your podcast. Everyone, check it out. So thank you. And again, thank all of you guys for joining us on another episode of the Waiting Table Podcast, where we're serving the weight loss community.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Why do we
That's
even
all right.
try?
I know. We
Okay,
do
we
it
need
every
to say
week.
1 pound at a time, and then you start the music.
Okay. We'll try
Okay.
that next time.
Yeah. Okay. See, we're still learning. Always
We're
learning.
learning technology.
Yeah. We can't.
We just
use our
started
excuse
anyways.
anymore.
so, yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that y'all do it live is great.
That's the fun part.
That's the only thing that keeps Rob on his somewhat decent behavior.
Yeah. Slightly.
Slightly.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.